So you're getting into crypto? That's awesome. But let's be real. Figuring out how to keep it all safe can feel, well, a little intimidating at first, but it really doesn't have to be. In this explainer, we're going to break it all down, step by step, so you can go from feeling anxious to feeling confident about your security.
This is the big question, right? The one that might keep you up at night. You've bought in, you see where this is all going, but is your digital wealth actually protected? The answer to that really comes down to getting your head around one simple, super powerful idea.
And this is the absolute key to everything. With normal money, you trust a bank to keep it safe. But in the world of crypto, that job belongs completely to you. Now that's amazing. It gives you total control, but it also means you're the one in charge of the vault. You are your own head of security.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about the keys to your new digital bank. Then, we'll look at the different kinds of vaults you can use. After that, we'll get to know the bad guys and the tricks they use. Then, we'll build your personal defense strategy. And finally, we'll lock in the mindset you need to protect your wealth for the long haul.
All right, first things first. Your crypto, your keys. Think of your assets as a fortress. Before you can even think about defending it, you have to understand its layout, right? You need to know how the gates and locks work. So, what even is a crypto wallet? You know, a lot of people think it actually holds your coins, kind of like a regular wallet holds cash. But that's not quite right. Your crypto always lives on the blockchain. Your wallet is more like a high-tech keychain. It holds the secret keys that prove you're the owner and give you the power to do anything with your assets.
And that brings us to the two most important keys on that keychain. Your public key, think of that like your email address or your bank account number. You can give it to anyone so they can send you crypto, no problem. But your private key, that is the master password to your entire financial life. If someone else gets it, they get everything. So you guard that with your life. You never share it.
Okay, but what happens if you lose your phone or your computer dies? What happens to that master key? Well, that's where your seed phrase comes in. This is your ultimate safety net. It's a simple list of 12 to 24 words that can bring your entire wallet back from the dead on a brand new device. This phrase is, and I'm not exaggerating, one of the most important things you will ever own.
Now that we get the keys, let's talk about the fortress itself. This brings us to hot wallets versus cold wallets. It's time to choose the type of wallets that make the most sense for what you're doing. And it really boils down to one major trade-off. Hot wallets are always connected to the internet. This makes them super convenient for day-to-day stuff like trading or using apps, but that connection also makes them more vulnerable. Cold wallets, on the other hand, are totally offline. They're like a maximum security vault in a Swiss mountain, perfect for locking away large amounts for the long term. Way less convenient, but way more secure.
Okay, so you've picked your wallet, you've built your walls, but a fortress is useless if you don't know who's trying to attack it. So let's talk about the digital threats. It's time to get to know the enemy.
Most of the time, attackers use one of three main strategies. First, phishing. That's where they try to trick you with fake emails or texts to get you to just give them your keys. Second is malware. Nasty little bits of software that can infect your computer and just steal your private key without you even knowing. And third is SIM swapping, where criminals literally steal your phone number to get around security checks.
And here is a perfect example of a phishing attempt. See how they try to make you panic? They use words like urgent and at risk because they want you to click before you think. Let me be crystal clear. No real company, no exchange, no wallet provider will ever ask you for your seed phrase. Ever. If you see this, it's a scam, 100% of the time.
And if you're wondering why this is all so important, well, this number says it all. This is how much Bitcoin was lost in the Mt. Gox hack years ago. It's a huge, painful reminder that when security fails, the consequences are very, very real. This is why being your own bank is a serious business.
All right, enough about the scary stuff. Knowing the threats is one thing, but knowing how to beat them is everything. It's time for your security playbook. This is your personal, actionable plan to make your fortress basically impenetrable. Let's start with the absolute golden rules. Non-negotiable. It all comes down to how you handle that seed phrase. Rule 1, never share it. Rule 2, you have to store it offline. I'm talking written on paper, stamped into metal, something physical. Not a screenshot, not a text file, not in your cloud storage. Offline, period. So beyond those core rules, Great security is all about building smart daily habits. If you have a serious amount of crypto, get a hardware wallet. Use it. For all your accounts, turn on two-factor authentication, but use an authenticator app, not your text messages, to protect yourself from SIM swaps. And be paranoid about what you download. Only get wallets from official websites. It's these little things that make a huge difference.
Okay, we've covered a ton of ground. The keys, the wallets, the threats, the playbook. So let's bring it all home and focus on the single most important idea in this entire explainer.
And this is it. This is the whole ball game. You don't just set up your security once and you're done. It's not a set it and forget it kind of thing. Protecting your crypto is an ongoing practice. It's a habit. It's about staying alert, staying informed, and just making these smart practices a normal part of how you operate.
So, as we wrap this up, the real question isn't about what you just learned. It's about what you're going to do next. Are you going to go check on your seed phrase backups? Maybe finally order that cold wallet you've been thinking about. Security is a habit, and there's no better time to start building it than right now. So, what's your next move?